Juggling a YouTube channel, my home life, and my school life is difficult, to say the least. I find the to-do list apps really help with this, and there are tons of options. There's one built into iOS, there's one for the Google ecosystem, there's some that are extremely customizable. But then there's TickTick. TickTick is single-handedly one of the best to-do list / organization apps I've ever used. It's cross-platform, easy to use, fast, and it's free.
Don't watch that, watch this! This is the heavy monster sound. The nuttiest sound around. So if you coming up the street and you're beginning to feel the heat, well listen, Buster, you better start to move your feet to the reckonist.
I've been using TickTick for a couple of days now, and I can already say that TickTick is better than any other organization app I've ever used. And I've used a fair few. Every app I've used is good, but there's always something missing that just doesn't make me enjoy using it. Apple Reminders, fantastic app, great UI, but you don't get that great experience if you aren't on iOS or macOS. It's heavily locked into the Apple ecosystem, which normally should be fine for me. I'm pretty big into the Apple ecosystem, but my workstation is a Windows desktop, which won't be changing anytime soon. Notion was great, I loved customizing it and making it my own, but it wasn't a great mobile experience, and some parts were getting annoying. No notifications for to-do list, no calendar syncing, and most importantly, I can't use it on my school Wi-Fi. Which is really important for me, because a lot of the time I'll be at school and quickly jotting down homework the teacher just said we had to do. And I can't do that with Notion. Google Keep was pretty good. I really enjoyed how it integrated with the Google ecosystem, mainly Google Drive, Docs, etc. I don't own any Google devices, no Android or anything. As I just said, I'm pretty big on Apple devices, but I do use Google Drive and other Google services, which Keep integrated well with. But I just didn't enjoy the UI or UX that much. I generally don't really like Google apps on iOS as well, which is one of the main places I use to do apps. Then I found TickTick. Cross-platform sync. Nice user interface across all platforms, lots of nice bonus features. Calendar sync, it's fast, it's everything I've ever wanted. Let's talk about it more. Personally, I'm very heavy in the Apple ecosystem. I own an iPhone, an iPad, Apple Watch, AirPods, and I want to buy an M1 MacBook Air at some point. But there are some things holding me back from using entirely Apple services, and some of those things won't be changing anytime soon. For starters, my main laptop is a Windows laptop, the HP Omen 15. I want to replace it with a MacBook, but I make $11 an hour at McDonald's, so that's probably going to take a while. And my main PC is a Windows desktop I built, and I probably will not ever make the switch to Mac for the desktop side. So, because TickTick has an app for iOS and Windows among other platforms, it's a no-brainer. And those other platforms, Android, Apple Watch, macOS, Linux, and web. There's browser extensions for Chrome, Firefox, and there's email extensions for Outlook and Gmail for adding emails and web pages to tasks. Let's just say you got an email asking you to send something to someone tomorrow morning, or you're on a website for a product you want to make a video on. You can use these extensions to quickly add them as a task. And obviously it syncs over the cloud between all these platforms. I love having that freedom where if I ever decide to switch to an Android phone or install Linux on my PC, I'm not losing my notes and to-do lists. I can stay organized and use whatever platform I want. The amount of time it takes from opening a to-do app and adding a task is extremely important. It has to be fast, and TickTick nails that, especially compared to Notion. From a cold boot of the app to add the task, pick up groceries, it took 6 seconds on TickTick. Obviously this differs depending on your internet speed, your typing speed, and how fast your device is, but for me, that's fantastic. Adding the same task to my to-do list in Notion took nearly 10 seconds. Might not sound like much, and maybe it isn't for you, but 4 seconds to add a task for me is huge. TickTick has a great user interface across all platforms. It's easy to pick up and start using, and it just feels great. The speed of the app plays a big part in this, which I discussed earlier, but also everything is just really intuitive. The swipe gestures feel great, the menu is very easily opened, and the icons are very self-explanatory. The app is also kind of customizable, nothing close to Notion, but you know, you can change what features are in the tab bar, you can change the theme, the notification sounds, and the app icon. The way you want your notes and tasks to be set out is also up to you. You could have everything in one to-do list, or you can make folders and other lists for different topics. I abuse this feature heavily. I have a bunch of different lists and folders, you know, one for homework, assignments, subscriptions, goals, video ideas, the notes I take for videos. It's a really useful feature. TickTick is also more than a to-do list app. It has a bunch of extra features. For starters, you can just take notes in TickTick. You can make a new list with the notes category and just jot down your ideas and whatever things you might need to take notes on. It also has some extra productivity features because it is an organization app. a habit tracker, Pomodoro timer, and this thing called the Eisenhower Matrix to let you organize your tasks. I haven't tried it yet, but you know, it seems really cool. You can also sync your calendars from your phone, and if you subscribe to the premium subscription, you can sync remote calendars. I really like this. One thing I wanted to do in Notion so bad was sync the calendar that my school timetable is set to into Notion so I could view it on my dashboard, but I just couldn't do that. But now I could with TickTick. Okay, so the base plan for TickTick is free, and most features I've described here are free, apart from, you know, a select few. But there is a subscription plan for either $4.49 a month or $40.99 a year. This gives you some extra features, like monthly and timeline calendar views and white noise during Pomodoro timers. The monthly plan doesn't come with a free trial, but the yearly plan comes with 1 week free. And that's TickTick, the best to-do list / organization app I've ever used. I highly suggest you try it out. Even if you don't feel like migrating everything over from your normal reminder / notes app, don't even worry about it. It migrates everything for you. Thanks for watching. See ya.